It is Monday, October 5th, and this is your tropical update. Delta is now a hurricane. We're going to take a look at that, but first we're going to take a look at Tropical Depression Gamma. The storm is expected to become a remnant low in less than 12 hours. Now let's take a look at the latest on Delta and the changes that have happened since this morning. So let's take a look first at the track, and we see a more westerly track than earlier. The storm is now expected to make landfall more in the Yucatan Peninsula rather than western Cuba. Hurricane warnings up still for both now, and it's a major hurricane at the time. By 2 p.m. Thursday, the storm weakens back down to a Category 2, and then as we get into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, we see a landfall in central or southeastern Louisiana as a 100-mile-per-hour Cat 2, and then the storm weakens rather quickly as it gets inland over the weekend. So now let's take a look at the arrival time. Earliest reasonable for the tropical storm force winds. Go ahead and put on the 5-day probability, and this is what we're looking at. Thursday 8 p.m. is the thinking for much of the Gulf Coast. Depending on exactly if you're a little bit farther north, maybe you have till Friday morning. Generally speaking, the outer bands are going to arrive Thursday night, so you need to make sure that whatever preparations you need to have done are done by then, and if you're going to evacuate, make sure that you evacuate by then. So let's take a look, just plain tropical storm force wind probabilities. Just look at how far inland that stretches. All the way up, you're talking about as far north as Nashville, almost up to Paducah, as far north as Little Rock, and as far east as Atlanta. In the hurricane force wind probabilities, you're talking about almost all the way up to Jackson, Mississippi, non-zero chance of 74 mile per hour sustained winds. So that's pretty much it for the Atlantic. Let's take a look now at the Eastern Pacific, where we find newly developed Tropical Depression 19E, which currently isn't really going to affect any major land masses. Let's take a look at the track line. Go ahead and turn it on there, because it's very sloppy. Right there, basically what happens, the steering currents all collapse, and then finally, when we get into the weekend, the storm finally gets going again, and we start to see that northwestward motion. As far as everything else in the Eastern Pacific, obviously we have to watch that disturbance off to the east, and then that one too, maybe 2 weeks down the line, could have some impacts on Hawaii, depending on exactly where it goes. Let's take a look at Tropical Storm Marie, which, like Gamma, is poised to become post-tropical or remnant low within the next 12 hours. Nothing going on in the Central Pacific. So with that, this concludes your tropical update. Thanks for watching. Please like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's targeting me up to 50 by the end of the month. Follow me on Twitter and Parler. Get you a t-shirt, coffee mug, hoodie, or any amount of merchandise. Link for the online store is down in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and stay safe if you're in the path of Hurricane Delta.